Hi everyone, welcome back to Pete's Garage. This video is about the scam of when you go buy new tires, you need a wheel alignment. Alright, so I just went through this experience of buying new tires and I experienced the scam. I knew the scam as it was occurring, but I let it happen because I wanted to document the evidence and I wanted to share it with everyone on what happens and how these places can be really sneaky when you go to get new tires. First of all, I have a 2015 Kia Soul that needed new tires. It only has 66,000 miles on it, but it needed new tires. Winter's coming up and I wanted to get new tires. So I took it to a local place in my area, Dunn Tire, fairly large chain, so to speak. Fairly reputable. I've purchased tires from them before where I've just taken my tires to the shop, they've replaced it, I brought it back, installed it myself. But for this vehicle, they're small tires, 205, 65R, 16s. Small tire, they're pretty cheap. I figured I'd drop them off, let them change the tires, make my life a lot easier. And it's only a couple miles down the road, so I drove it down there, beautiful day, dropped it off, walked back, waited for them to call. So there's a few things. Actually, there's one big thing that told me that this was a huge ripoff. Now, first, I went to drop off the car, and when I dropped it off, they're taking the vehicle in. He says, okay, the tires I ordered, several days before, I went on their website, chose the tire I wanted, and made the appointment. They called me up and said they had to order the tires, so I had to change the appointment for another day. Fine, okay, I'll wait another day. So I go and drop off the car and didn't say anything about the tires to me. Didn't say anything about the tires. But he says, hey, okay, we're going to change your tires. And oh, by the way, right here on here it says, you can see it says, we're going to check the wheel alignment for free. Who doesn't want anything for free? You want to check my wheel alignment for free? Go right ahead. But there's no such thing as free. When someone tells you you're going to do something for free, you are giving them permission to reach in your wallet and grab money. Just like when you sign up for an app and you say, yeah, I accept all of your terms and conditions, you're giving them permission to violate your privacy and steal all your personal information and sell it to somebody. That's what free is. There's no such thing as free. But, okay, do the free wheel alignment. So there's one particular thing that made me extremely suspicious and know I'm getting ripped off. So I get there, drop off the car, and the person behind the counter says, oh, we recommend, since your car has a tire pressure monitoring system, we recommend that you get the rebuild kit for the sensors inside the tire. If you have a tire pressure monitoring system in your car, there's just a little sensor inside the wheel that sends a signal to the computer in the car that lets you know when the tire is low on air. That's all it does. They're saying when we have it all apart, we have a rebuild kit for these things, so we're going to put it in there. And I said, well, how much is that? And he said, it's like $10 a tire, $40. So I did some math in my head. I'm like, wait a minute, $40. It's actually $10.90 per tire. Total was $43.94, $43.92. So I said, you know what? All right, go ahead. I want to see what they're going to do. Now, these parts cost $1.50 a piece, maybe at the most. So I paid $43.92 for $6 worth of parts. And I don't even know if they did it. I hope they did it. They're fairly reputable around the area. I have to have faith that they did it, but I have no proof that they did it. So that was my skeptical ripoff number one, the rebuild kit for the tire pressure monitoring system. No idea if they did it. But I let them do it anyway because I wanted to have it documented to show you. So go ahead, do it. Now here's the suspicious part. Here is the suspicious part. The timeline is very critical here. I had an appointment for 10 o'clock in the morning. Dropped the car off a little early, 9:45. They said, okay, we'll call you when it's ready. I'll come pick it up. I received a phone call at 11:10, 70 minutes later, hour and 10 minutes after my appointment. Calls me up. Pete, you're all set. Come and pick up your car. Everything was fine. We got your new tires on there. Oh, by the way, during your free alignment check, we found that your front right tire is out of alignment. I was like, really? How much is it out? Well, according to the sheet that they gave me, the front right tire is out by 0.16 degrees. It's over the limit, which is 0.12 degrees, so it's 0.04 degrees over, or actually under the low side of the limit, or a total of 0.04 degrees for the toe in, toe out. Not caster and camber, just toe in, toe out. Pretty simple. And if you drive around, if you hit a pothole, if you maybe hit a curb a little too hard, you're going to knock your alignment out 0.5 degrees. Easy to do. So I was not going to dispute that. And I did some math in my head real quick, and I'm thinking to myself, there is no way they are going to be able to adjust the toe end to make up for 0.04 degrees. How much is it? 99 bucks. $99. So I did some quick math in my head, and I'm thinking, you know what? How much do they have to move that? How are they going to do that? So now I'm curious, how are they going to make such a small adjustment to make it within specification? So I told them, go ahead. Now they pressure you when they get you on the phone, just like they did to me. We're going to do the free wheel alignment check. When they called at 11:10, you're all set. Oh, by the way, the wheel alignment is out. We recommend that you get the wheel alignment while we have it here, because if you don't, the car is going to chew up the tires. And by the time you get to the first stoplight, your tires are going to be smoking and the tread's going to be torn. Okay, so I'm exaggerating a little bit, but they try and make it sound like if you don't have it done right then and there, your tires are going to be useless and they're going to be chewed up in no time and you're going to waste your money. So I knew right then it was real BS. Number one, if I was going to have alignment, I wouldn't have them do it anyway. I'd take it to someone I trust. So I told them, go ahead, do it. I want to see what they do. Here's the suspicious part. Let's say that he called me at 11:10. I said, go ahead. And let's say it took him a minute to hang up the phone, maybe 2 minutes tops, to hang up the phone, open the door, yell to the mechanic, go ahead, do the alignment. 2 minutes. And let's say the mechanic does the alignment and takes the car off the rack, drives it out, pulls it up, walks in, hands the keys to the guy behind the counter, and let's say that takes him 2 minutes. So now I got 4 minutes total, right? 4 minutes total of extra work for them to get the car finished. I get a call at 11:18, 8 minutes after the first call. If I take out those 4 minutes, that means they did the wheel alignment in 4 minutes. He says, you're all set, wheel alignment's all done, come and pick up your car. And I thought immediately, I looked at my phone, I'm like, wait a minute. 8 minutes to do a wheel alignment? How? How did they do a wheel alignment in 8 minutes? So I went to pick up the car. So now this is where the fancy wording of the scam comes in. I walk in to pick up the car. The man behind the counter says, you're all set. Oh, by the way, we gave you a free tire upgrade. What does that mean? What do you mean free tire upgrade? The tires you ordered, we had an inventory calculation problem. That's a fancy word for we never had those tires in the first place. We were going to replace them with something else. We had a tire inventory problem. Even though I ordered them 4 days in advance, he didn't tell me when I dropped off the car they didn't have the tires. He didn't tell me on the phone that they had the wrong tires. He didn't say anything about the wrong tires until I was there to pick up the car. Oh, we didn't have the tires, that we had an inventory issue. We gave you free upgrade. Upgrade? What does that mean? Do I get move the business class? Do I get a better seat? Did you clean my car? What do you mean upgrade? It's a better tire. It's made. He gave me some BS line, and I looked it up on their website, and their tire, it's like a couple bucks more per tire. So they're giving me they're warming me up, right, for the screw part, where the rip-off part is. So they warm me up. We gave you a free upgrade. Oh, that makes me feel so nice. Thank you so much. You gave me a free upgrade. I'm so appreciative. You gave me a better tire. Oh, that's so wonderful. You're so honest. Oh, but here is your charge for the $43.92 for your $6 worth of OEM repair kit for the tire pressure monitoring system, and the $99 for the wheel alignment that we did miraculously in 4 minutes. I knew it was a lie, but I didn't say anything because, again, I wanted to have the documentation to show you for the bill, and I wanted to have the sheet from the alignment that showed before and after. If I didn't have them do the alignment, I wouldn't have the after sheet. So this is the second ripoff. First ripoff, tire pressure monitoring system rebuild kit. Second ripoff, we're going to do the wheel alignment, and we're going to fix it so that you can protect your new purchase. Now, just to put this in perspective for you, when you look at the measurement they took, it says the front right wheel was out. The total toe was 0.16 degrees, and the steer head out by minus 0.06 degrees. And the current measurements, which means after they did the work, it changed to 0.12 degrees and 0.03 degrees, which means between what it was before and after is they changed it 0.04 degrees. Now it's that 0.04 degrees that we're going to talk about and show you how much of a ripoff it is. So this is what they're telling me they did and what they charged me $99 for. If you can imagine your tire, if you look at the side of the tire, and then if you were to look at it from the top, you would basically have a rectangle. And if you looked at just the rim, meaning if you took the tire off the rim, it would be a 16-inch long rectangle. And since the tire pivots around the center point, we take half of that, which is 8 inches, and it pivots around the center point, right? So we know that if this were a triangle, we'd have the length of one of the legs of a triangle of 8 inches. That is going to stay consistent even when you turn the tire, and we know that he said, or they said, they moved it 0.04 degrees. We have two legs of a triangle, 8 inches and 8 inches. If we do some Pythagorean theorem here, and we just do some math, we find out we're looking for C, or how far did he have to move the outside part of the tire in order to move 0.04 degrees. A little bit of math, we find out that the tire had to be moved 6/1000ths of an inch, 0.006 inches. A little more perspective on that, the average human hair is about 2.5 thousandths of an inch. So they're trying to get me to believe they made an adjustment of 2 human hairs. And if you're working a shop, you are familiar with another measurement of human hair, which I won't use here, but basically they said 2 human hairs is what they moved the tire or made an adjustment. There's no adjustment on a car that can adjust 6/1000ths of an inch. That's crazy. There's only one way to do it. A big one of these. A big one of these to the inside of the rim, make a little adjustment, bang, it came in. My guess is they had it on, they had the measurement, you whack it with the hammer, it takes up some slack inside the gearbox, it moves at 0.04 degrees, all of a sudden it's in spec, and they charge me $99 for that. $99 for about 4 minutes worth of work. Now let's do a real quick math test on that. There's 4 bays in the shop, but let's say they only have 3 mechanics on an average working full time. 3 mechanics doing changes on 3 cars per hour, roughly what it takes. 3, let's cut it short. They're open, even though they're open 12 hours a day. Let's be generous and say they're only changing tires, a full 4-tire car change on 7 hours. 3 times 7 is 21. That means 21 cars a day will go in for new tires and get a free wheel alignment check. And out of those 21 cars, let's make it 20, make math easy. Out of those 20, let's say they run this game and they run this scam where they tell everybody you're out by 6 or 0.04 degrees, we got to fix it. And they take 4 minutes to hit it with a hammer, and out of those 20 cars, let's say half people buy into it. That's 10 cars a day. 10 cars times the $100 is $1,000 a day. Times the 250 days they would be open for the year, that's an extra $250,000 they bring into the shop for doing almost nothing, hitting with a hammer, or nothing, doing nothing at all. That's where the scam came in, and that's what really frustrated me. They thought I was stupid enough to think they did a wheel alignment in 4 minutes and that they were able to adjust at only 6/1000ths of an inch. And this is how I know they didn't do anything. In order to adjust the toe in or toe out of the wheels, front wheels, All you have to do is unscrew, loosen, and move the tie rod end. And that's threaded onto a rod that goes into the steering gearbox. Pretty simple. It's got a jam nut on there. Now this car is 6 years old. If you're going to make an adjustment, you got to put a tool on there. And after being on there for 6 years in the Buffalo winters, there's going to be a lot of rust. It's not going to move easily. So you're going to have some tool marks. So I bring the car home, I go underneath, and this is what I found. I look at the tie rod end. There are no tooling marks on the tie rod itself, so they didn't hold it with anything. There are no tooling marks on the backup nut. Nothing on the backup nut indicates that they put a wrench on there. And even if they were just going to adjust it by slowly turning the shaft that comes out of the steering gearbox, there are no marks on that. That means there was not a single tool placed on any one of the parts that were needed to make that adjustment. It simply wasn't done. But they did put a chalk mark across the steering linkage and the nut. Now, in order to make it look like they actually did something, they just take a chalk and just chalk it across there, make it look like they did something. So in case someone does check, you look under and go, oh, they did do something. Yeah, what I basically paid for was for a $99 chalk mark. That's the ripoff, and that's what happened in a very short period of time. And they weren't even trying to, they didn't even try and fake it. The whole idea that, hey, we have to do alignment on your car. 8 minutes later, it's all done. No way, come on, I'm not going to fall for that. So avoid these kind of ripoffs by being reasonable. When you drop your vehicle off for service and they say they're going to do something for free, they're asking you for permission to charge you more money. They're asking you to go on a fishing expedition. Hey, we know you dropped your tire off for cars, but we want to check the entire vehicle to find out if there's anything wrong. Then we're going to call and scare you and tell you that it's not safe, so we can charge you an extra X amount of dollars and boost our sales just from this one sale when all you wanted was tires. That's what happened. I got the documentation to show you how much they charged me. I have the proof of the pictures to show that nothing was really done. I have the measurements to show you what they would have had to do what they actually said, and to show you that if you just pay attention a little bit, ask some questions, and be reluctant when they say something is free. Be reluctant. Now, so not only that, so I told you about the tires. I go to pick up the car, I go to pay for it, we got new tires, and got the free upgrade to the tires. I look at the tires, it's almost the same tire. So be cautious. Be cautious when you go to drop off your car. Don't ask for, they might say, we're going to do a free 150-point safety inspection. We're going to do a free this, a free that. They're always going to find something. It's like asking the IRS to balance your checkbook. They're going to find something, and they're going to audit you over it. So be careful, be informed, and pay attention. And after you're done, check the work. Make sure that it was done. Just take a look and see if there's any evidence. Now, I realize that everybody cannot do that. There are a lot of people that have no idea of anything about cars, and you have to rely or trust the person doing the work on your car. I completely get it. And I am by no means saying that every mechanic is dishonest. Most of them are. You've heard me say it before that most mechanics are really, really honest. But I do hear a lot of horror stories where people respond to me and tell me how they got ripped off. People respond to me and tell me what someone did to mislead them, or how they got screwed with, whether it's for head gaskets or whatever it is. There's all kinds of stories out there. And it's unfortunate that if you don't have someone in your family, someone or a friend, someone who you can really, really trust to look at it for you, then you're really at the mercy of these places. And all I'm trying to do is share with you the words that they use. It's almost like how you can spot a scam. You know, hi, I'm calling to, oh, how many times have you heard this? Hi, I'm calling you about your car's extended warranty. I love those phone calls. I'll go into that in another video, because I've had those guys run around in circles where they got so frustrated they hang up. And I'll tell you how to get out in another video. But if you're careful when you go to drop off your car, be leery about those free checks. And if you do say go ahead and check, after you go to pick up the vehicle and they'll give you a list of something that was wrong and how much they're going to charge, simply take it to another shop, someone you might trust, and show them that. Say, hey, look, I got this list. Could you please check out my car, see if it's okay, check these things, and if necessary, give me a price. always get a second price. Don't let them scare you into it because they have your car. They can't hold it hostage. Just say, I want my car back. Please give me the information, pay, leave, and go see someone else. I hope that helps you out. I went through this. I was kind of excited going through this because I knew it was going to be a ripoff. I knew I was going to have some great information to share with you in content. And fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, I got the information I wanted. I did not see evidence of the repair they claim, and I showed that it's very easy to be scammed, even if you're just going for tires. Thanks for stopping by Pete's Garage.